Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Welcome to MB Unfiltered. My name is Akash Shinde. In this video, we are going to have a candid conversation with Pranav Tiwari, who has done with his Welingkar interview, and we'll ask him some set of questions that he has gone through the interview. So Pranav, first of all, welcome back to our channel. How are you?
Fine, sir, doing well.
Yeah. So Pranav, let us know about your profile, 10th, 12th, UG, WorkX, as well as achievements that you had in your bucket.
In my 10th, I scored 90%, 12th, 80%, and graduation currently BBS 6th semester, and the current CGPA is 8 and 80% in ZAT. And my area of interest lies in stock market, and some of the academic achievements were like I scored the highest marks in college semester projects, which was consumer survey of Blinkit, and the second was artificial intelligence ethics. So, and apart from that, I also secured a opportunity to basically cleared an interview for an internship
Yeah.
from my college.
Okay, that's quite nice. So, Pranav, let us know about your Welingkar School of Management because what I realized, Welingkar is one of the institute which looks for offline interview as compared to online interview. So, let us and share some light on the interview experience of Welingkar. Go through the duration of the interview. What was some set of questions that were asked to you?
So, first of all, it was my first interview. So I was really pressurized with that, and that too, it was the offline interview. So I had to travel and all that. But the overall experience was very great, and it my interview was basically on 15th Feb, and it was in early morning from 8 to 2 or 3 p.m. they went, but and that too I was the first person in the panel to get interviewed also.
Mhm.
So it was a very like you can say interesting like the scenario which was there, and the like uh, the first of all question which is a staple that was tell me about yourself, and the panelist was majorly a sir and a ma'am. uh, they were they were maybe in their early 50s, and so
Were there
the major.
were there any teachers or some alums also came to take your interview?
No, they were teachers of Welingkar itself, from Welingkar Mumbai they were. Mm.
Okay.
And the majorly like earlier the interview we were asked to give some descriptive essays. So my interview revolved around those points a lot. So the questions in there were some current questions, some questions like what is sustainable development, how would AI impact the job market, and what are the three technologies which you see would be impacting and creating a revolution in the coming 10 years. So these were the questions that were there in descriptive essay. So they were really like I was sitting in front of them, and they were really reading those very thoroughly. By the time I finished with my tell me about yourself part, they were prepared with that, like this was the points which they want to verify kind of. Like if I had written anything about my academic achievement, like the scoring the highest marks in semester projects, which was uh, about customer research and survey of Blinkit, then they were really asking questions to verify it. Like, are you telling the truth about it, or they were liking to verify it? And so they asked pretty a large number of questions, because as in my profile I had given my interest towards research and business analytics. So with that aspects they were analyzing it, and questions were like what is data, primary data, secondary data, and types of risk, and systematic, unsystematic, and what are the various scales that we use while preparing a survey. How many What were the questions that you used while doing a survey, like how many questions were number based questions like rank star based questions like how would you rate the overall experience, and text based feedback, and that Likert scale. They were really verifying it that about that part. And then and the major part, like when I gave my interest about stock market, they asked me about, they just gave me a piece of paper and asked me to build a sample portfolio for me, and they give me a case like what they was like, my monthly income is 20,000 rupees, suggest me a portfolio for that. So I was prepared with that. So what they were majorly checking is that how many questions I would ask them before giving them any kind of portfolio or any kind of advice.
Mhm.
So I asked five, 6 questions, and based on that, I gave them a bit of what like I would like to suggest them, and they were pretty satisfied with that. And like Welingkar interview, it was not a lot of grilling experience. They were pretty smooth with that, but they were asking a lot of things, and I was able to respond to most of the stuff. So like it was a bit lengthy, 30 minutes, but not any kind of problem occurred with me about answering the questions.
Okay, that's quite nice. So, Pranav, uh, in Welingkar, there's a GD happen, right? So, can you shed some light on the GD topic, the duration of the group discussion, and what was your response during this GD?
So uh, the normal GD, in a normal GD, you would be given with various like a simple topic whom you would have to discuss with your team, which was formed of, that was around 8 people. But in my GD, they gave me a piece of paper, and in that piece of paper, there was a India map of India, and locations were marked of various cities, and they were just given about automobile sector 8%, IT sector 20%, and human resource 5%, finance 20%. So basically, some random data was given, cities were marked, and various industries were named. So, and that was only given to us. So what I realized that they wanted to know is that in which direction would we take this stuff. So that they were assessing. Uh, so I really started with that. People started with that. Like it went towards the direction like why these in some industries had a larger percentage share, why some industries have a smaller share, what are the objectives that we should be there to help out these things, like how to increase the automobile sector of from 3% to 20%. So that was kind of stuff.
Yeah. So, Pranav, after the interview experience, in how many days you got the result of Welingkar?
Anywhere from like result of Wellinger, I got 1.5 months after.
Okay, that's quite interesting. So, Pranav, what I believe the SOP, which is Statement of Purpose for Welingkar, in which you have to give the responses of the question. There might, in my time, there is to four questions. Why Welingkar? Tell me about yourself, and there are two or three questions. Along with that, you have to give the preference of the courses that you are choosing out. So, can you shed some light? If I'm new person to which is going to apply for Welingkar next year, right? So, what's your advice that these are the things that I should keep in mind whenever I'm making that SOP, which is called
Hmm.
a Wellinger form?
Hmm. So like earlier, the process of application is very simple. It's just like any other colleges. But after when they would be calling you and shortlisting you for the interview, then they would ask you to fill some descriptive forms, and which would be based of your preference of courses that you had selected. Like if you had selected 7 8 courses, then there would be like 20 plus essays that you need to write. So, and if you are like taking only 2 3 courses, then the number of essays would be less. And the topic that I like, the courses which I selected, was their PGDM core from for both the campuses, RBA for Mumbai campus, and e-business. Only three I selected. So these were the three ones, and like the questions were like career goals. What are your career goals? How would they align with the values of institute? And mm, something about recent technology trends, like they wanted to know three technology trends that would that would be very vast in the future. So like three can be blockchain, AI, and all those kind of stuff. So, like they were different for the according to the selection of course. And how would AI be integrated into the current retail sector? Like if you would select their retail management course, then some questions would come out regarding retail. So you need to answer that questions, and the major thing is that the answer that you are giving it, be prepared, because they will be going through it and they will be verifying it by your knowledge. And if you are unable to reflect that, then it would be a problem. And many people do what, they just copy paste the answers from chat gpt, so that becomes a problem. So you need to type that manually into some task.
Okay, that's quite interesting. In this interview, I just wanted to share some things that you need to keep in mind. Whenever you are going for a Welingkar interview, let me tell you one small story. During my interview, when I went to Mumbai, there was one ma'am who was just checking the form, and there was sir who was bombarding me some set of questions, and they were the questions were not easy. It's not like tell me about yourself or tell me about your work, something like that. They wanted to understand the application side of the world. If you have worked in corporate, tell us the interesting thing that you do worked in corporate. So they really wanted to know that. Say, let's say if you are told about hobby, then they'll ask you why you pursue that hobby. What's the motto of pursuing that hobby? Advantage and disadvantage of getting that hobby out. So these are some set of questions that would be asked to you during the Welingkar interview. So be thorough towards it. And whenever you are going for GDPI, maybe around 9 to 11 people would be there. So every year the pattern is changing for GDP. I mean, my time, they have given some set of paper to us, and through that paper, you have to write down your things that are coming to your mind, and you have to take the responses of the GD. So every year the pattern will definitely gonna change for you. So be ready for the dynamic pattern of Welingkar. And Pranav, what's your last piece of advice to the people who are aspiring for Welingkar, and what you wanted to tell the upcoming aspirant that these are the things that they should definitely do before going for the interview?
uh, what I
Yeah, go for it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pranav.
Hmm. You need to be well prepared about the like the GD part. Like it may be some out of like a different topic. They may follow a different approach, but ultimately what they are checking is how relevant are you speaking? Are you like giving the chance to everyone? Like people who were not getting the chance to speak only. So like they were sitting there silently. So what I did was I told about my points, and then I took called out them with by their name, like I would give you the opportunity to continue forward. So that was the plus point that I did, which I think some or the other way helped me in converting the GD round. So that's it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Pranav, for connecting with us and sharing the nuances. I hope this interview will
Mm.
definitely reach to the masses, and I'll also add your LinkedIn ID into the chat box so that people can connect you and ask you regarding the experiences that you had. Thank you so much again for connecting with us.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
मैंने इंटरेस्ट लिया था ना या सॉरी अरे